something that most of us in Gen X, we try to push to the side, and that is our health. And as the exit queen, I talk about making exits from toxic jobs, relationships, basically from any situation that our spirit is telling us to leave. But, if we're out here working hard to make these exits, we got to be healthy in order to make it happen. So if we can't exit the habits that are draining our health, how can we walk into the freedom that we say that we want? And so I want to introduce my guest, but first, let me tell you what sparked this conversation. This came about as I was talking in my creator group on WhatsApp, and we found out that one of our other fellow creators recently passed away just a few days ago. His name is Van from Sifting Nuggets. And it really struck me because as I watched his channel, and apparently he was also scheduled to do a live that day with a few other YouTubers. And so when I heard the news, it immediately brought to my mind my mom and my daughter's father, who also both passed away not too long ago. And both of them, well, it was just way too soon. And it was a reminder for me that we can't keep waiting until later to take care of ourselves and to pursue our dreams. So tonight, we're going to get honest about this and hopefully put a fire under some people who are watching this right now with a bag of chips in their hands. Lala, what are you eating now?
These nuts, unsalted.
Okay, all right. Well, that's allowed because you're the health guru. So,
And I got a watermelon here that I'm getting ready to juice in a little bit.
oh yeah, she's really healthy, y'all. So I'm gonna let Lala introduce herself and her channel. And you heard she's juicing and things like that. So she's gonna tell you how she brings that aspect to her channel and talks about health. Lala, take it away.
All right. Yes, I am a plant-based nutritionist and a certified aerobics instructor of 20 years now, and that's what my channels are about. I have a nutrition channel where all I do is we talk about plant-based nutrition. So I do a lot of juicing here and
Nice.
raw food. And on the fitness channel, it is rehabilitative stretching and restorative yoga and Pilates practice. So
Mm.
I go hand to hand, but it is really about what it is that we consume on a daily basis, on a consistent basis. And that's the message that I like to get out to people. Is what we do the little bit every day makes the big difference. So even if you're doing something naughty, that little bit makes a big difference.
Are you doing all this online, or is it in person with the Pilates and
Yeah,
yoga?
both. Yes, yes.
Both. Okay,
For the most
impressive.
part, I am in person. I am based here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I do Pilates at the studio.
Okay. With the reformer and everything?
We don't do the reformer. We don't do the reformer. We do mat Pilates. So it's something that you can do with no equipment. All you need is a sunny disposition and a cushion mat. So team
Okay.
no excuses, team no equipment necessary.
Wonderful. Well, let me acknowledge people that are in the chat. King Grayson, he says, I'm subscribed to all three. Oh, wonderful. Thank
Oh,
you and welcome
hey.
to the channel. I guess you know King, huh?
Am I live?
Yeah.
Hey,
You can
okay.
stream this to your channel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you, King, for showing up and being here for us. We appreciate you. I had this scheduled for the morning because it's Crowns and Coffee, and I had it scheduled in the mornings, and that's when we had our last one. But y'all on the East Coast, they're getting ready for work and stuff, and I said, okay, you know what? We'll have it after work, and we'll call it something like Crowns and Espresso or something, so that it's like a quick pick me up or something. So anyway, we're having it in the evening, so I'm glad. Let's see who else is on. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
let's see.
All right. So now I will say this. Thank goodness for social media because, like you said, your platform, you do this online also. And I think that that is a great thing. And since COVID, especially, we know that we can have access to those things online from the comfort of our home, and I think that's a great thing. And it makes us, some of us who don't want to go venture out, we can feel comfortable doing that inside the house. And if you're looking to make changes, you really have no excuse. But the fact of the matter is, Gen Xers and a lot of people, we just don't make these healthy choices. And the thing is, like, why? So I looked at some stats, and what I found out was the life expectancy of Gen X in the US had definitely trended upwards over the last number of decades. However, we know longer life doesn't automatically mean that those years are going to be in good health. In fact, the stats that I saw, it shows that Gen X is facing rising chronic conditions. So let me see if I can pull up this stat that I have. Um, Jeffrey says, "Hello, everyone. Happy Friday." Happy Friday, Jeffrey.
Happy Friday.
Let's see if I can pull this up.
So define Gen X. Tell me, is Gen X like the 70s, the 80s babies?
Excuse you. Excuse you. Gen X is in the 50s, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm in my 50s, so
I
that's
would have
where
never
we are.
guessed.
She's like, "Oh, good for you. Yay." But the fact of the matter is those are the things that we're dealing with. I can't pull up that stat. So I'll just have to read it off because these are so important. According to one media source, is Workplace Wellbeing Professional, over a third, which is 34% of Gen X, report living with a long-term physical or mental health condition. That's a lot of people. And then there's Unlock Health, which is another media source, says 16% of Gen Xers describe their health as very good. Only 16%. So the majority of us Gen Xers think that our health is not doing too well.
Wow.
So isn't that terrible? And according to the CDC, which is Center for Disease Control, life expectancy in the US in 2023 was 78.4 years. And that's actually up 0.9 years from 2022. So we're doing a little bit better marginally, right? But health data shows that by 2050, we'll average living to the age of about 80. So it is on the rise. So that
Wow.
part is good. But the bottom line is, if we are living longer, then the quality of those extra years is in question because clearly our health is on the decline. So we're going to, how do we want to show up and live healthy longer?
Yeah.
Because we don't want our bodies all broken down while we're trying to pursue our dreams. So that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, we have to breathe better. We have to eat better. We have to experience life better through our everyday choices. Now, I had lunch with my grandfather today, and he is 91 years old. So I am so proud of him, and him, you know, being here and sharing the experience of life with him at that age is
Yeah.
is quite phenomenal, just for him to be outside of the norm. 91, and then my grandmother is right behind him at 88, and I have some great aunts. So I do
Mhm.
believe it depends on the lifestyle,
Mhm.
and the community that you are in, if you are going to sustain the sad American diet that's being pushed upon us, the
Right.
pollution, the digital pollution. Now we have digital pollution because we have
Mhm.
towers everywhere. And I don't know if anybody else here is buzzing in their ears from, so there's ways of,
Sometimes mine are. Sometimes I can hear it. Yeah.
yeah, there's ways of protecting ourselves from all of these elements. So I believe the scale has changed of the life expectancy because the elements have changed as we are
Mhm.
living now. The
Right.
things that are produced upon us now, even like I was mentioning electronics, but just household gadgets and appliances, all of these things, everything that we see now has a label on it.
Right.
May affect life expectancy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Says it. It may affect your life expectancy. It may
Mm.
cause severe DNA reconstruction, meaning
Remember that was a whole thing that everybody was talking about when 5K was on its way. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, it's going to destroy you slowly from the inside out." Remember
yeah,
people were saying that? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, they didn't even want to use the word.
Mhm. Mhm.
It was taboo to even say it, and now that it is upon us, I do I do see it having effects because everywhere you go, people are like this now.
Mhm. Yeah.
No.
Let me
So
see who's in the chat. Marion, you're in the chat. You're supposed to be on the stage.
for that.
Hey, Marion. We got
Hey.
Jeffrey, All Star EC. Hi. We got Kendi K. She says, "Hey, y'all. Hey. Thank
Yep,
you
I
for
like
being
that.
here. The
Copper,
art
copper.
of being and
Yeah.
becoming soul fitness." Okay. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining, everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. This is wonderful. This is called community right here. When people show up to be there for your live, that's wonderful. Stick R2 says, "Hey, hey, hey." Well, hey, hey, hey back.
Hey, Mr. Stick to
Yeah.
It, Kendi K, Brooklyn Beauty,
Well,
Jeffrey,
I consider
Oscar
myself
Izzy.
a
Hey,
prime,
people.
yeah, I consider myself a prime example of somebody who wasn't doing, who wasn't showing up as her best self because, I worked long hours. I worked 12 hours a day when I wasn't living in the States. And I was eating on the go. I ordered Uber Eats for lunch, gulped it down. I was so tired after work. I didn't feel like cooking nobody's dinner. I would
Mm-hmm.
get fast food. And before the meal prep people come for me and say, because I know y'all will say, you know, "Oh, you got to prep your food. You prep your meals ahead of time so you can have them for the week." Well, I'm fully aware of how to do that, and I have done that at some point in time. But when you are in, and I would do that on Sundays, and when you're in church all day on Sundays, every Sunday, that's difficult to do. You just don't have time to do that. So my go-to after work was fast food. And don't judge me, but I love me some Popeyes. I love me some Popeyes. And nowadays I will say it will be hard for me to handle all that salt, but I used to crave it on a regular. Yeah, watermelon. Yeah, would that deter me from wanting that Popeyes?
We can say
It's like
that,
trying to block the Popeyes with the watermelon.
right. I mean, whatever it takes. We can say that we do not have time, or we can say that it is not a priority. So you
Right.
can say, I don't have time, or you can say, it's not a priority. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
If it's a
You're right.
priority, you are going to make time for it. And if you know that Popeyes is no bueno para ti, then you will position yourself to say, you'll make those connections and say, well, hey, the way I'm talking about it, like, it's really no good for me. So let me listen to my higher self and, okay, why is
Right.
this no good for me? And it's going to distract me from it. Because now I know, oh, it's greasy, it's oily, it's a big back thing. I don't know, it's unhealthy. Give me some vegetables, give me some greens, some nutrients that are going to power up and keep me going and glowing. So I have the energy and the mental capacity to keep going, to make time for the things that it is that I need to prioritize. So I think the green stuff, I think the vegetables and the nutrients, things that you can't get from the fast foods, is a
Mhm.
difference in energy. I do think it's a difference in energy.
It
And
is. And I also think it's a difference in ages, the age groups, like, because, I'm not gonna ask you how old you are. You're clearly younger than me since you were calling me out about when is Gen X? What years are those? But but that's okay. Like, I just, the Gen X community clearly from the stats show that we just were not prioritizing our health. We just weren't. Somebody says, the art of being and becoming, she says,
healthy
health is wealth. Yes, it is. Yeah. And she says, chew 50 times, 52 times.
52 times. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get too sciencey, but it's a help. That is the first step of digestion. And a lot of times you find people, they're just mindlessly eating and they're swallowing whole chunks of food. And then they wonder why they have indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, you
Yeah.
know?
It's
So
true. It's very
that is
true.
that's
But
a good.
yet we still did it. Um, Hi, Lisa. Lisa's on too.
Hey, Lisa.
And
Lisa. Happy Friday. Where
Kendi
did you
says, where did
exit
you
to?
exit to? I exited to Spain, Kendi. I left the US and got the heck out of here. Yeah, out of there.
Viva la Mexico.
Yeah, Lala, where are you?
I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay. And you're going to make an exit, or because you're always talking about Mexico?
I would love to travel. I would just love to not go to Mexico to live there, but hop around. It's
You
so
want to
many
travel?
planets for us to explore.
There is. There's no reason
So
why
many
we need to
planets.
be confined to our box of a United States because we
Yeah,
were born there. We're American no matter where we go.
that's true. They
Yeah.
follow you, don't they? They still
Mhm.
want taxes, don't they?
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about that right now. But as Gen Xers, we at least were always told you got to just push through, no matter what it is. We worked double shifts, we took care of our household and everyone else, we sacrificed our sleep, we skipped meals. Like I'm telling you, we skipped our meals and told ourselves we'd rest when we retire. But the grind has a cost, and that's our health. And when we exit the grind, finally, that's when we redefine success. So our bodies and minds aren't burnt out before we even enjoy our life. And I'm a perfect example of that. And I finally took the plunge or took the leap rather, and started pouring back into myself, doing something for myself. But not everybody can say that. And that's what we're talking about, why and how to make those first steps, whether it's health, whether it's exiting bad habits for your health, whether it's exiting jobs, exiting relationships that aren't good for you, all of making all of those exits, because I'm the exit queen. So I'm, big on making exits. But we have to start doing those things for ourselves.
Yeah,
And the concern is, what we're exiting from. One of the things we need to exit from is the silence, because we don't talk enough about these things in our community. And it has to be okay to talk about these topics without judgment. Like if I have my Popeyes, okay, I used to have it on a regular, but I have to be able to talk about it and tell people so that people don't talk to me critically about it. Say, hey, have you tried this juice or that or something? And that's what we need to do more of in our communities.
yeah, that's true.
Hmm,
It's
hmm. So
a whole
that, especially the Gen Xers, so we feel like talking, because otherwise we'll clam up.
Right. Right. Well, just know that there are levels to it and levels to getting back to who we were and remembering who we are and being able to tune in to our bodies.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So, we keep health struggles hidden way too much. And one of the examples that I want to talk about is I said that, my daughter's father, he passed away and he had gotten cancer and then went into remission. But we didn't even know that he was sick or that he had cancer until it came back for the second time. And then it took him pretty quick. So I'm not saying that there could have been something that could have been done to prevent it, but it's just that we should have been able to talk about it, as a family and people like my mother passed away, like different things in our community, different things that people are going through. We should be able to always talk about it. Too many of us don't talk about the stress we're under, the panic attacks we have, the late night worries about, even if it's about finances or even the checkups we avoid on a regular basis. Silence keeps us trapped, but it's the community that's going to give us the accountability. So we need to, exit that silence so that we can start speaking up, whether it's seeing a doctor, confiding in a friend, or telling someone in your community, you know what, I don't feel well. I don't feel okay. And so that, you feel comfortable talking to somebody. Why do you think so many of the Gen Xers stay in silence, Lala? What do you think?
What the Gen Xers? Why do the Gen Xers?
Yeah.
Are they accustomed? Are they comfortable? I'm thinking.
We are definitely used to and told to just stay in the lane. Don't veer from the lane,
Don't ask no questions.
don't ask no questions, just do what you were told, and that's what we did. That's what we did. I don't know how I turned out like this. I don't know. I was always going against the grain. I was the one who was like wearing weird things in school and stuff too. So, you can't really go by me. But the whole Gen Xers as a whole, that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't explain it because, like I said, I just had lunch with my grandpa, and he's 91, and he's still asking for his Coca-Cola. I'm gonna get a man what he want. I ain't gonna push him, you know.
Yeah, at that point, like,
You
my
know,
mother was the same way. She liked those pork rinds.
yeah, you can't help. I mean, unless they feel that they're in a position of where they need help, you can't go in there and make them drink the water. I say, drink some water, Grandpa. He say, I ain't drinking no water. I don't need no water.
Right. Meanwhile, on the other end, my father, he's 93 and he's so healthy. Like he eats these whole big cactus leaves that he
Mhm.
peels, and
Uh-huh.
he's like he eats all this raw stuff on a regular basis. Like he doesn't eat anything cooked, I think so. Yeah, he's been eating like that for years. And he does push-ups and lifts weights and he jogs every single day. So,
That's my
that's
type.
the opposite extreme.
What a beautiful example.
Yeah.
Right?
I would see him and I would I would I would watch him go out the door and go jogging and stuff every day.
The sooner the better. The sooner you get started, the better it's gonna be down the line. By starting today, you are looking out for your future self, and you are bringing your future self closer. You are growing closer and closer to that who you want to be by doing the things every single day. You're getting closer and closer. And by choosing otherwise, you're getting further and further. It's simple as
Mhm.
that.
You're right. You're right. Let me see who else in the chat now. We've got Corey's World. She said, "Hey Lala."
Hey, Corey.
She said, "Greetings, chat. The Art of Being." Is that the name of your YouTube channel?
Brooklyn Beauty. Hey. Yeah, that's the name of her channel. She's quite essential.
Wonderful.
She's out there in the jungle exploring life
Nice.
and nature and grounding and doing meditational practice to tune in to,
Oh, that's beautiful.
you know. So I appreciate the invitation, Miriam. I really do. I mean, I could definitely chat it up about fitness and
I
nutrition.
know.
Sort
Well,
of
I want
folk,
to make
yeah.
sure that everybody in the chat check out each other's channels. If people have channels, that's how we find out what each other's doing and support one another, because that's always a good thing. Lala, tell me, when did you start becoming so focused on your health? Was
And
there a shift that you made? Like, what happened?
my my father talked to me the way that I talk to my children now, and I gross them out about any and everything. So because he gave me so much information when I was younger, it led me to a pattern of lifestyle that I'm at now. And he still encourages me on certain things. I grew up in a house where, he's walking around with bags of leaves saying, this is my lunch for today. And it's collard greens, it's mustard greens, it's turnip greens in a
Yeah.
bag. He's like, well, this is what I'm on today. This is what I'm doing today. And then a month later he's ingesting raw garlic. So by having that influence and those practices surrounding me on a daily basis is something that I grew into as a teenager, really. And now that I'm a mother of teenagers and some other things, I give them that same information. So it was really about the information for me. The more information, the more I developed a holistic plant-based lifestyle.
Wow.
I can't say it's different now because the more you know, it seems like the more freedoms you have. The more you know, the more choices you have.
That's right. The more freedom you have. I love that. That's so true. So was there ever a time when you kept quiet about your health and wish that you hadn't? Did you ever go through anything like that?
I think I went through a time when I was doing the most. I was doing a lot in the gym, a lot, doing a lot of work where I was overwhelmed, and it overcame me. I wasn't self-care. I wasn't doing any self-care at all. I was being stretched every way. literally. And
but you were in the gym and you were like, just wasn't balanced. Is that what you're saying?
It wasn't balanced at all. I was the coordinator, actually. So I was over 11 gyms in the metro Atlanta area and surrounding areas. So I was the coordinator of 11 gyms, which gave me about 132 aerobics instructors that I was over, in addition to teaching 4 classes a day and in the gym doing my clerical work for an additional 4 to 6 hours a day. So it took its toll on me, and I remember passing out in the gym. I remember passing out one day because I was doing the most and I did not eat that day. And I ended up on the floor. And the funny thing about it, my little lunch stack was on the desk. It was sitting right there. But I was just so busy. You mentioned that just now. You was like, oh, I'll do it in a minute. Oh, I'll do it after I finish this.
Yeah.
Let me just get through this, or let me just get to this place, or make these 3 more stops, and then I'm going to, and then it's a vicious cycle.
Right.
It's a vicious cycle. And then when you do eat, your body is in a panic mode, and now you're inflamed. Your body's inflamed, or the water is retaining now because your body's like, oh, she hasn't given me water all day. Let me hold on to all the water I can now.
Yeah. So how did you make the shift? It was just the one time it happened to you and you said, okay, that's never going to happen to me
Yeah,
again.
that one time it happened and it set me down for 2 weeks. Yeah, it set me
Mm,
down. It set me down.
okay.
And it made me dive into what my purpose really was and how if I didn't take care of myself, I really couldn't take care of all of these
Right.
people. You know, if I wasn't taking time to say, "Hey, it's time for a break,
Yeah.
time for a rest."
I know for me, I had a pretty severe health challenge at one point that lasted for a number of years, and but I couldn't hide it because it was evident all over my body, all over my face, and I had these tremendous hives that would distort my whole face and parts of my body, and they didn't know what it was. And what I did know was that I had to take an EpiPen around me because when would get the hives, my throat would close up. So, it was not something that I could hide, and I had to tell people because I never know when I'd have an outbreak, and then they'd be like, "Well, what's going on with you?" Because what is that, Professor Klump? Remember when he all of a sudden his face and his lips would, like, get really big?
Mhm.
That's something like that would happen. It would get that huge. For me, it was really huge, but it was, like, really distorted. And so, I it was really a tough time for me until I got my health under control. I had to literally eat grass. I took everything out from my diet and just one by one reintroduce food into my system. And even then, I maintained just 2 things that I would eat every single day, and that was and salad, salmon and salad. That's all I would eat after that. And if somebody said, "Oh, taste this," nope. Because if you went through, your
They
throat closing up on
were.
a regular basis, you don't wanna be experimenting anymore. So I
That's
did
true.
that for years, and my daughter, like, I had to cook sometimes a separate dinner for her, but most of the time she was okay because she loves salmon, so it worked out, at least for her. But that's, something that, I know that for our community, it helps that we don't keep our silence and we talk about what's going on with us so that we can, help somebody. Because what you think is like not okay for you or something that's so small and it's just happening to you, it's
Mhm.
happening to a lot of people. When I looked online, because my doctor said, oh, it's some isolated incident. When I looked online, thousands and thousands of women were complaining that they were going through the same thing. So I was like,
Hmm.
okay, something's going on here. I don't know what it is, and neither do the doctors, obviously, but let's see. Oh, Angela's in the chat from
Hey.
Unapologetically 50 Plus. Hey, hey, lady, she says, hi, glad you're here. So another thing we have to do is exit the excuses. Like you were saying, like just I'll put that off another, later on and I'll make sure I drink some water later or I'll eat right tomorrow or something like that. All the excuses we give for not going to the doctor and stuff like that. The I'm too busy or oh, that thing that I got right there that runs in my family. We're quick to say that, like whether it's diabetes or something that just runs in my family. And I know I'm gonna have to start taking pills for that, after I get a certain age because it runs in my family, or I'll start Monday. I mean, these are the excuses that keep us from
Right.
changing. And exiting the excuses means doing one thing, like you said, one thing to just get out of that. And it doesn't have to be some perfect thing and not all at once, obviously, but just take one action that pushes you forward toward better health and
Yeah.
freedom.
Yes. And say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I
Yeah,
love you. I love you. Love on yourself.
that's right.
Make the choices in love.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll help a little bit too.
that's true. That's true. because if you love somebody, you're going to treat them with kindness. Well, you have to treat your body with kindness.
Mhm.
That's pouring into yourself. Marion says no more experimentations. Yeah, no more. We have to be focused and disciplined in our health too. It becomes a discipline when you start doing it one day at a time. It does become a discipline, and it becomes easier. Because one thing I started doing is I was addicted to coffee, and I'm here in Spain, and it's a cultural thing. I mean, they drink coffee every single day, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, the coffee here is so good. But I stopped drinking it. I just stopped a few days ago. So if you see me with a mug, it doesn't mean that there's coffee in it. It means that maybe there's water or tea in there, or green tea or something. But I did stop drinking coffee because I don't want to be addicted to anything or any person or anything like that. So I exited from caffeine, for a while. And maybe one day I'll have another cup. I don't know. But I had stopped before this a long time ago for years. And then one day I walked by this cafe and the coffee just smelled so good. I said, let me just go in here. I'm just going to have one cup of coffee. That was the end of it. And I've been having coffee ever since then.
Wow, that's
No,
cool.
it's an
Wow.
addiction. It's an addiction for me, at least. Some people, I guess they can go without it. They tell me they can go without it, but then they're pouring a cup of coffee as they say it. Oh, I don't need this. I'm just having it because it's morning. Okay.
Wow. I have
Yeah.
never had a cup of coffee in my life.
See, you're an angel. Lala's an angel.
Wow. Wow. But I
Let's
can
see.
imagine, I can imagine anything being a crutch, whether it's coffee or sweet tea or
Yep.
Pepsi.
Hmm.
I would just see it, like it's as a crutch. And did you replace it with anything? A lot of times we have is that we get rid of one thing and just pick up something better.
Well, I like hot substances, so I did replace it with peppermint tea. So that's
Hmm.
what I drink now.
Okay. And
Is that
that's
good for
a
you?
big peppermint wakes you up, yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it
It smells good. So all those senses, it helps me because that's what I missed. I missed the smell and the heat
hmm
and all of that. So it's replacing caffeine, and I'm doing okay. I'm
yeah,
doing okay.
one day at a time. And
Right.
hey, and there's no problem if hey, we human. It's
I
okay.
know, we're human, right. I can feel the
Yeah.
difference in my body already. Oh, and the other thing is I'm exercising again. I mean, now I didn't say I'm starting to exercise. Notice I didn't say that because I don't wanna be on this manifestation of a continuous start. When I
Okay.
manifest something,
I'm
I'm
doing
gonna
it.
manifest it all the way. So
I'm doing
I'm
it.
yeah, I'm exercising again. It's
That's
only been a few days, but I'm doing it.
you got the perfect combination. You're getting that circulation, you're getting it out of your system.
Right.
So now your body is going to work for you and it's going to help you with the cravings. It's going to help you. I have to admit, unapologetically 50,
Yes, what she
because I
said.
have to admit, I'm not very trusting of American healthcare system. So I don't go to the HCP regularly. I work in the pharmaceutical industry. So she has
Mm,
inside information.
mm. And that's a lot of us, especially the Gen Xers, we don't have faith in the medical community. That's the other thing. You know, um, we don't hear often enough about other types of alternative medicine where we could go to get help and get healed
hmm
because we know Western medicine, it fixes the symptoms. It addresses the symptoms, but it doesn't heal from
It
within.
causes the symptoms, and then they want
It
to
hides them. Yeah.
cover them up.
And
True.
meanwhile, it affects something else. And then like that's why they talk so fast at the end of the commercials.
Direct effects, not side
Yeah.
effects. Not side
Yeah.
effects.
That's
Direct
true.
effects.
This may cause death.
This
Okay.
will
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
directly.
Eventually. Yeah. Yeah.
I said I was gonna do a little snippet on slow the stuff down.
Hmm.
I said I would dig into that. That is something that we should look at. Just like they pile all the ingredients up on the packaging in the foods, they just
Hmm.
pile them up on you. That's the same way they do with the pharmaceuticals. They give you a big old long paper and just pile it up on you because they know people are not gonna read it.
Right. Right. I do read it though now. Like I guess in the last even 10 years, I read them. Because I knew because I was having those health challenges, that's when I started reading them. I was like, okay, no, I can't, I don't even know what this is. So no, I'm not eating that. So
Right.
that's what caused me to start reading them.
We got to read everything.
We do. So how did you finally push past? And let me ask the chat if any of you had some experience with hiding your illness or anything like that. How did you finally push past that? Because I think somebody said, let me see, was it Bromelina? She said, Miriam, that's me. What part is you? Eating the Popeyes or what? Kendi says, what a great conversation. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is really important because a lot of us, we don't talk about it enough and we really need to. If any of you are watching tonight, or if you're watching on the replay and you've been living in excuses, what's the first small step that you're going to do? Just one step to do differently for your health. Put it in the chat.
Today is the day.
Yeah,
Today is
today.
the day. Not Monday.
Not
Not Monday.
Monday, not someday,
Right.
today.
And we've already started a new month, and a lot of people are referring to this as the new year. So it's like a new season, a new
That's
beginning.
right.
You can make an excuse you can, just like you can make an excuse not to do something and excuse yourself away. You can
Right.
excuse to do something. That's putting your focus for your goal for. That is your excuse. So if you focus on the right excuses, if you're so good at making excuses, make an excuse to do something. Make an excuse to start out with some lemon water. So I'm in Spain. I can't quit coffee. Don't quit coffee. Start out, drink some lemon water first. Drink you some lemon or cucumber or mint water, and then
Yeah.
drink your coffee.
Or peppermint tea.
Switch it
What part
up.
of Spain are you in? Let me know what part of Spain you're in. Maybe we can get together. That'd be cool.
Spain.
Angela says she's going to walk more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Walk more and set that schedule and stick to it. You make a date, you set an appointment with yourself, then you got to keep it. You have to keep it. That's what consistency is going to
That's
build
right. It's keeping
you
promises to yourself.
to
That's
yourself.
right. That's loving on yourself, right? We want to keep other people to keep promises to us. How do you not keep a promise to yourself?
Yeah.
I love that, Lala. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not giving up my coffee. She said.
Okay, Angela. I'm not giving up my coffee.
Yeah.
Romalina says she's in Madrid. Oh, good. Okay, but that's still far from me. That's like 4 hours, I think, from me.
Okay. Wow. Bienvenida. Bienvenida.
Let's see. Something else I wanted to ask. What does she say? I can't see unapologetically in the chat. I don't know why. I don't know why. You can see everybody else though, right?
Is she in your chat?
Yeah, everybody's in the chat. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to see one person.
Gracias. De nada. Feliz viernes. Feliz viernes. We are here. And while you're looking for that, I just want to say no pressure. You don't have to change everything overnight for you guys out there. It don't all have to do it once. You say, I'm going to start walking, make that appointment, set that day. I'm going to walk at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays and Fridays, and this is where I'm going to walk to set that date. And it doesn't have to be 10 miles. It can be
Mhm.
10 minutes. And just
Yes.
that little bit. There's a little golden rule that says if you can do just 5 minutes of anything, it's going to be the kickstart to everything. If you just do, if you say, I'm going to start working, or we don't use that word start. I'm working out.
That's right. I'm working out.
I'm working out. Say it. And then put 5 minutes in there. And before you know it, 30 minutes has passed. And then you go again and you say, I'm going to do it for 5 minutes. And, before you know it, like I said, if you don't want to quit your coffee, add something. Add something to
Yeah.
help balance it out, to help flush, to help cleanse. Just add something.
You know what I do? I don't think about it. Like if I'm going to exercise, I don't think about it. I just get up and start doing it because if I even take 10 seconds to think about it or what am I going to put on or what am I going to do, I will not do it. I will talk myself out of it. So I just get up and I just do it. And that's how I do mostly everything that I want to stick to. Or if it's on my calendar, that's the other thing. If I put it on my calendar and I've written it there, then I know I'm going to do it because I have to stick to it. What is that? I can't see it.
Of my calendar, and I'm right. I just write everything. Write it down.
See? Yep. And I like my stuff written down too.
I like stuff written down too.
I'm
And I will
old
write
school.
it 3 times. I will write it on the wall. I will write it in a notebook. I will write it on the count. I will write it everywhere. And that is, write it down and manifest it. Once you it just feels like you're putting a little extra on it.
Mm-hmm. It does. And I like using colored pens and stuff like that and, circling things.
I love it.
Yeah. It's fun.
I mean, whatever it takes to that's what I use. That's what I do to psych myself into it.
That's right.
I have to psychologically, excusez-moi, un momento, por favor.
Yes. Lala speaks how many languages?
No, I'm speaking English.
She speaks like 3 or 4 languages and teaches them. So anybody want to learn another language, go to Lala's channel.
Hey, mis hijos. Yes.
Yes. Triggers is on. Hi, Triggers.
Hey. Yep, one step. I've been posting for 20 minutes of stretching. Yes, stretching is important as we age. 20 minutes.
It's so important. Oh my God.
Every day, she says.
On my commute to work every day, it was like over an hour. By the time I got out of my car, I could barely walk because I felt like my whole body had bent up into a pretzel. I couldn't even walk down the hallway to my office without hobbling. It was terrible. And I did that for a number of years. And after a while, I was like, why in the world am I sacrificing myself for these people? I mean, I had to say to myself, this is crazy. And it really was, because what am I doing for myself? These people who are not giving me a raise, not giving me a bonus, telling me I shouldn't take vacation. And if I did take it, I have to make myself available while on vacation. That's not pouring into me. That's not tuning into my health and what I need. And so I had to make an exit real fast in a hurry. After I made a decision, I just exited. So that's what, we have to make sure that we are making those exits and ask ourselves, is this good for me? Is there something in my mind that there's something else I would rather do? And what is that? And explore that, write it down and write it down, make it plain, like the Bible says, and make it a vision for yourself. And it will happen. I didn't know I was going to move to Spain, but I started thinking about it and envisioning it for myself on a daily basis. That became my happy place. And before you know it, I was looking online for real estate. I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe I'm even here to just at this point to look at places, so it will happen before you know it, but you got to take that first step. It's just small steps that you take up. Um,
Mhm.
let's
I love it.
see.
Testimony, testify. Yes.
Bromalena says, may I ask if you decided to move permanently to Spain? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. At least for now. There's a whole world. So this is where I'm living now. I might decide. My son moved to Thailand recently. So, I'm going to visit him for the holidays. Maybe I don't know. The world is my oyster. So who knows? And so, okay, so before we wrap up, I like to do something here on Crowns and Coffee. I do this regularly, and I've got 10 quick this or that questions. And people in the chat, you guys can do the same thing. You can put your answers there. And this is all about today's health wake up call theme. And Lala, don't overthink the answers. Just pick the first thing that comes to your mind. And I'm going to say each one twice if you need me to. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right. The first one is this. It's going to be this or that. So number one, work late nights or wake up early for exercise.
Wake up early for
Yeah, she's
exercise.
going to say that. Yeah, me too. Well, a lot of times I do both. So yeah, it's a work in progress. All right. Number two, doctor checkup once a year or only when something hurts.
Only when something hurt.
Only when something hurts. Oh, Angela says wake up early. Okay.
I am an early bird.
I don't know what I am because I wake up early and I stay up late. So what's
I'll
that?
sleep now.
Wake up, you got to finish these answers. Number three, stress relief through Netflix binging or through movement and meditation.
Movement and meditation.
Yeah. Number four, fast food on the go, or I don't even know why I'm asking you this. Fast food on the go or home cooked but simple.
These nuts.
All right. Okay. Number five. Trigger says movement and meditation also. Yes, that's the move right there. Number five, more sleep hours or more hustle hours.
More sleep.
Right now, I've been doing the hustle hours because, but it's not hustling though because
What
I'm
are we
working for
hustling for?
myself.
We're hustling for more sleep.
Right.
Because sleep means freedom of time. When you say sleep, I'm
That's
thinking
right.
freedom of time, no
Yeah,
schedule, no calendar. That's
yeah,
how I perceive sleep.
that's right. I sleep when I want to.
Yeah.
Angela says sleep too. Yeah. Trigger says home cooked. Yeah, I like those home cooked meals too. Number six, ignoring small health issues or tackling them early.
Tackling them early.
Yeah, we got to tackle them early. Oh gosh, yes, we have to. Number seven, gym membership or outdoor walks.
I like their gym. There's
You
so
like
much
the gym?
to do there. There's so much to do. The gym is a fun place.
It is. I know Angela says she likes her outdoor walks.
Outdoors is good too because you get to ground, you get the elements, you get your vitamin D. Oh, I can't choose.
Trigger says he likes outdoor walks. And Bromelane says both, but I prefer outdoor. I went by a gym the other day and a lot of things, siesta time, everything is looks like it's closed up. But that particular day, the whole side of it, it looked like it was open like a garage and it looked like one of those CrossFit places. So I went in there and I mean, everything is so cheap here. The membership was $30 a month, which is like the price of what's the cheap health club? Retro Fitness, I think it is. And they had everything in there. And I was like,
$1 a day.
a month? Wow. Yeah. I was like, we could do this.
It's worth it because then, you know, sauna, You got the
Yep.
pool. You got maybe you have some aerobics classes. Or, you
All
know,
of that. He had Pilates. He had the reformer there. Yeah. Yeah.
siesta.
Bromelina says,
Yeah, nap. That siesta mean nap time, don't it?
oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm still not used to it with everything closing down like that. It's difficult. I'm not used to it. Okay, number 8, vitamins, supplements, or relying on diet alone.
Yeah, relying on the food alone.
I'm not there yet, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm taking my supplements
I
and
like
everything.
ashwagandha and I like melatonin. I
Mm.
like ashwagandha though.
How often do you take it?
I do ashwagandha daily.
Okay.
I just,
Like one
it's just
pill?
something that I picked up, the little gummies, these little
Mhm.
ashwagandha gummies, and it says it helps with
Mood?
anxiety, stress
Yeah.
relief, and brain
Mhm.
function, and maybe a little spark of creativity here and there. So I
Right.
think kind of like, if you see something and it says it's for something, maybe it's more mental. It could be, I don't know. And
And
that
that's
melatonin will
important.
put me out. If I take a little melatonin gummy, I'm out. I'm done.
You know what does that for me? Magnesium citrate. Like, I take that at night. I used to in the States when I was really having trouble sleeping from all the anxiety and everything. I take one of those pills at night, and it would knock me out for the whole night.
Yeah,
So those really help.
I can't fight the Sandman.
Yeah, well, that's good for you because 'cause you're still young, girl.
Oh,
Angela says supplements because American food is trash. Hello.
basura, basura. Sí, es la
It
verdad.
is. Yeah, I agree. In the US, you need to take some supplements. It's terrible.
American supplements to American food.
All of that. Trigger says, "I'm natural everything." That's wonderful.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay, number 9, carrying the weight of stress silently or sharing it with community.
Yeah, I'm a sharer. I'm a sharer. I'm gonna call mom. I'm gonna call dad first, and I'm gonna tell it if something going. I'm like, hey, I warned you.
Are you the youngest?
I am the oldest.
Oh, you're the oldest.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. See, I'm the youngest. So I was always like, "Imma tell." But if you know me from my YouTube channel, like the early videos and stuff, me in my car, I was telling it all. Like I was so stressed and messed up. I had to release it, and I did it on my channel. On all my early videos, I was telling it everything. So you can go back and watch those.
It's therapeutic. It
It
is.
is. It is. Yeah, Whole Foods. Spend your whole paycheck at Whole Foods.
Brahmalena says she overshare.
Me too. I'm guilty of that too.
Hey Ryan
Mr.
Clifton.
Mulatto. I don't play about my la. Oh, that's nice. That's wonderful. All right, number 10, living longer with limits or shorter but fully present.
Take me out early if I can't do what I want. Take me now, because I want, it's not about length, it's about quality. It's not about,
Yeah,
the quantity. It's about the quality of life.
I agree. I'm
Mm.
like that too. Let's see who agrees. Triggers says shorter and present. Yep.
Yeah,
From
but if you live long and it's not a healthy life, then you're just delaying your process to get to the next life. You got
yeah,
another life to live after this one.
so
So
true.
don't think that this is the end. Don't ever think that this is the end. But that's another conversation.
Bromelina says, I want to live for as long as I have quality of life. Yeah, that's
Quality.
right. So even the little choices we make every day add up, and that's the point of today's conversation because
Yep.
it's a health wake-up call.
It affects
So
the quality.
thank you, Lala, for playing along. Thank you all in the chat for being here and for showing up for yourselves too. And we need to carry that same energy into real life. So again, thank you, Lala. Can you tell us in the chat and those who are watching the replay how to find out more information about you? Tell us about your channels and what other things that you're doing right now.
I am here on Lala, the High Vibe Coach. If you check it into YouTube, if you look up Lala, the High Vibe Coach on YouTube, I have branded Lala, the High Vibe Coach on all
Nice.
channels. So whether you're looking for the language lessons, we have fun. I do a little German, a little French, a little Spanish and stuff. So whether you're looking for languages or you're looking for fitness, I'm jumping in on the Vlogtober with my live home workouts on my fitness channel. So I'll be doing Pilates on Lala, the High Vibe Coach Fitness.
You're doing it all.
Yeah, Lala, the High Vibe Coach Nutrition. We are doing a de-bloat and de-crave challenge right now where we're waking up and we're doing our lemon water or our cucumber and lime water, and we're juicing and we're doing the raw foods, whether it's salads or wraps or zucchini zoodles. We're doing that. And I have another channel that I've launched, Transmutation, and it's really about taking whatever life throws at you and making lemonade out of it.
Wow, nice, nice. I brought my juicer here and it took up one whole suitcase because it's very heavy and there's parts to it. So I'm looking forward to following along on your channel while I juice also. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah. All your recipes.
Watermelon. I'm about to juice this watermelon. It is huge. It's bigger than my head.
That is a big watermelon. Here they have the round ones.
I don't know why it just says super size.
I haven't seen the long ones like that.
That's what she said.
She did. Well, exiting jobs and relationships, that's powerful, but it really starts with exiting the habits and mindsets that drain our health. Because if you don't protect your body, your freedom dream won't last. And here's what I want you to remember. Exits aren't just about work or love, because I say exit relationships too if they're not for you. Exits are about health too. And it's time for us to exit the grind that wears us down, exit the silence that keeps us suffering alone, and exit the excuses that stop us from taking action. Because health is wealth, but it's also, like Lala said, is freedom. And without it, every dream we chase will slip through our fingers. So this week, choose one health exit you're ready to make, small or big, and stick with it. Your body, your mind, and your future deserve it. Thank you, Lala. See you next time.
Thank you.